gospel tract?
So you want to put your values down my throat, is that it?
I'm not doing anything to put anything down your throat, sir.
That's what you're trying to do, I can see it.
How so?
Because you guys are trying to pass laws that would dictate your value system be applied to my daughter.
In what way?
If my daughter was raped or had a defective child, you would demand that she take it full term. That's the kind of stuff you're pushing.
Oh. I'm just saying God says you shall not murder.
No, you're trying to pass laws. You're trying to get people elected to push your values down other people's throats. Now, if I was doing the same thing and mandating that the Christians be aborted, that would be something else. You would have a legitimate complaint. But you're demanding that I not allow my daughter to have an abortion. That's what you're demanding, and I do not. I object to you assuming that you have the ethical right to do that.
Do you have the ethical right to murder your grandchild?
That's my daughter's decision, because it's not murder by my definition.
Oh.
It's only definition by the activists, because first of all, it's not a child.
How do you know?
It's a fetus.
Do you know what fetus means? In Latin, it means little child, little one.
But if it can't live outside the mother, it is not a child.
Sir, that's not true. It's a human being from the moment of fertilization. Everybody knows that. But people, they suppress that truth because they hate God and they want to continue to fornicate and murder their babies. We all know it's a human being.
So you
it's
think...
a human being right here.
You think it becomes...
Can you deny this is a human being?
Do you think...
Please look at the picture. Please look.
Do you think... You know what a blastocyst looks like, right? That early stage? Okay. So you say it's on the point of conception.
Moment of fertilization, when the sperm fertilizes the egg. That's a scientific fact.
You said the sperm gave life to the egg?
The sperm fertilizes the egg and that creates a new human life. That's the process God designed to bring human beings into the world. It's a scientific fact.
No, it's not. Wait. Because you realize that you can get a fetus developing without a sperm.
How so?
How so? It happens all the time in nature. It's called parthenogenic reproduction.
I'm not familiar with that. Well, can you have compassion on a murdered baby? Are you going to tell me this isn't a child?
I have no idea.
Sure, you can. That's clearly a baby, so you can tell. That's clearly he's looking at you. You can tell it's a child.
I find it odd that his eyes would be opened at that stage, because they're not open.
Oh, he was in horror when he was being murdered. And people do die with their eyes open.
No, but opened by the photographer.
Does this not bother you?
Smearing blood around, trying to make as gory as possible.
Does this not bother you, sir? This is what you support, sir. Did you support this happening to your own grandchild? Do you realize that? You support this happening to your own grandchild?
Depending on what the circumstances are. In other words, it's not your moral or ethical right.
But it's yours.
It's my daughter's. It's her body.
So you're saying it's your right to have your grandchild murdered?
It's my daughter's right to do it.
So why does she have a right, but I don't have a right to speak up for that child being murdered?
Because you aren't her.
Oh, neither are you.
That's good. That's right.
What?
No, you got the point.
So why does your daughter have the right to play God, but I don't and you don't? Why does she have the right to murder?
Because it's her body. It's her risk.
That's not her body, sir. It's a child growing inside of her body. That'd be your grandchild. You cannot love your grandchild. You don't want to be a murderer of your own grandchild, sir. You don't want to be. We're about to celebrate Father's Day coming up. Do you want to be a grandfather of a murdered baby? Surely not. Surely not. You don't want to celebrate Father's Day as a grandfather who supported his daughter to murder his baby.
You haven't answered my question. What gives you the moral and ethical right? What gives it to you?
To do what I'm doing?
To demand that other people correspond to your magical beliefs.
The law of God.
Your magical thinking. That's
the law of God. I'm commanded by God to love my neighbor. This is my neighbor. This is your neighbor. I'm commanded by God to rescue those who are being taken away to death. That's what the Bible says. That's what I'm doing. To visit orphans in their distress. That's true and undefiled religion.
And what are you willing to do to achieve that objective? Are you willing to kill people?
I'm willing to give my life, and that's what I've been doing for years, giving my life to end this. In a nation that is running towards the wrath and judgment of God, a nation that's running towards hell, give them the truth and show the bloody city her abominations. That's what I'm doing. That's what God commands me to do, is show the bloody city her abominations. That's what this is.
So you actually believe your magical thinking.
It's the Bible.
And so you're also one of these young earth creationists, anti-creationists.
Well, what's that got to do with what we're talking about?
It just shows what your whole belief system is.
Well, don't assume that what I believe, or maybe you're just asking. I'm not sure, but can you tell me?
The rest of them here.
Can you tell me why you support?
Unearthed.
Can you tell me? Your shirt says scientific, but you're denying science, and you're supporting the cold-blooded murder of your own grandchild. Think about that, sir. You would support the cold-blooded murder of your own grandchild while you're looking at an image of a murdered baby. Think about that.
Because I think that's a staged image, number one.
Can you prove it?
It's a little hard to do because I didn't make it and they're pretty good at it. But I'll bet you it's a staged image because the eyes are open. And the eyes at a very early stage are not open. And that's the nature of animals.
So you can't have compassion on a murdered baby?
What?
You cannot have any compassion on a murdered baby?
Look, if you take and manipulate photographs.
Why do you assume it's manipulated?
Because
why do you assume
first of all, the eyes are open and you're showing. And there's no reason why I should trust your photography.
Other people have compassion. Why can't you?
It's not compassion. It's compassion. It's not about compassion. It's about you putting your value system on other people.
Well, that's
wanting to force other people.
You're forcing your opinion on other people as well.
If I was mandating abortion for the children of Christians because I consider them bizarre. Okay. If I was doing that, you would have a legitimate complaint. What it is some religions, only your religion, makes the mistaken belief of life beginning at conception. For example, what is dead about the egg and the sperm? They're not dead. They're not dead at all. They're both very alive. That's not creation of life. All that is the continuation of life.
So, sir, you're accusing me of forcing my value system on other people, but you would force your value system on your own grandchild, demanding that they pay with their life for your daughter's, if she gets pregnant, for her sexual promiscuity, or whatever.
Right.
You're willing to force your value system on your own grandchild who's helpless, who's defenseless.
No, I'm letting her make the decision.
Yes, you'd be forcing your opinions on your grandchild.
That's not forcing.
Yes, it is, sir.
That's saying that it's her decision.
To murder your grandchild.
If she wants to, yes.
So what you're accusing me of, you would do the very same thing to your helpless, innocent grandchild.
What makes you think it's helpless, innocent? For all practical purposes, the functionality of a fetus is a parasite on the mother. which it is.
No, we're not parasites. We're human beings.
How it behaves.
We're human beings made in the image of God.
See, that's your magical thinking. If I don't have your magical thinking, I'm not going to come to that conclusion. What?
That's why.
Magical
That's why you
thinking.
believe what you do, because you've rejected God. You rejected God's law. That's why you would support the unthinkable murder of your grandchild, because you reject God.